TRT, or testosterone replacement therapy. It seems pretty much everybody is on TRT these days, even though the majority of people do not even need it to begin with. Now, my name is John. I co-owned a couple of TRT clinics for over 10 years. Even though I'm not a doctor, I have worked with a lot of doctors. I've studied the effects of TRT. I've seen more than 1,000 blood tests over the years, and I want to share with you my experiences for those of you thinking that TRT is forever, meaning permanent for the rest of your life. It's a lifetime commitment. Now, this is completely false, completely inaccurate. I've seen people recovering their levels after being on for more than 10 years. In fact, we had someone who was on TRT for 28 years and they were able to recover their levels exactly to what they were before. Not exactly, but very similar numbers. Now, that person went on TRT in their early 20s and they went off it in their 40s after experiencing some complications, which they had to go off it. Now, this is not related to TRT at all, for those of you thinking. Now, the numbers before going on TRT for this individual were in the low 300s, and when he went off TRT, now it took about 6 months to recover his testosterone levels, and his testosterone levels were actually in the low 300s as well. And he was on TRT at a dose of 125 to 150 milligrams a week for over 20 years, 28 years to be exact. When this person went on TRT, the numbers were between 800 and 900 nanograms. And when he went off TRT, the numbers were in the low 300s. Now, the numbers were in the low 300s before that person went on TRT in the first place. So that person was able to recover his testosterone, his natural testosterone, after being on TRT for 28 years. And I've seen a lot of people going on TRT for 10 years and more, and then they go off it, and the numbers do go back to what they were before. Now, keep in mind, a lot of people go on TRT that they do not even need to be on TRT in the first place. They go on TRT because they feel it's going to give them an extra advantage. Now, after a while, a lot of people regret it because they read a lot of stuff online. A lot of people are going to tell them that maybe problems are going to happen during the future. They start to experience problems with high blood pressure, high hematocrit levels, cholesterol seems to go up, HDL cholesterol goes down, LDL cholesterol goes up, the lipids are not balanced properly the way they should be for proper health, and so on. So people have the reasons for them to go off it. Now, the thing is, if you're going to go off it, you need to accept that you are going to be feeling like shit for a while, but it's going to go away because you're basically crashing down your system and you need to allow your system to recover. The best way to recover after going off TRT is to let the body recover on its own. Do not take Clomid, do not take Novadex. These drugs have a lot of side effects. I've seen Clomid messing up people's vision, and that's permanent. I've seen people getting permanent eye damage from Clomid. Novadex is not exactly something that's going to help you as well. HEG is not needed either. Let the body recover on its own, and the body eventually it is going to recover. In fact, I've never seen anyone that took longer than 6 months to recover after stopping TRT. It's not gonna take you years. You just need to have some patience and you will recover. Now, I wanna mention, for those of you who went on TRT in the first place, you were feeling like shit and you tried everything. You slept better, you ate better, you made sure you kept your cholesterol levels high because cholesterol in diet is very important for the function of testosterone. I'm sure a lot of you already know that. And the last resort is TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, which you went on it because you wanted to feel better in the first place, and you did feel better. Now, if you go off it, you are gonna start feeling exactly like you did before. So you're not gonna feel better. Your testosterone is going to recover, but it doesn't necessarily mean you are going to feel better. However, let's say before you went on TRT, you didn't need TRT in the first place, and you felt good. Like you felt normal. Sex drive was good, energy was good, but you went on TRT because, well, you see a lot of people going on TRT and you feel that's the new thing to go on TRT, especially after you get to a certain age, especially after the age of 40. And you go on it just because you want to feel superior in a way. Because remember, with TRT, your levels, right, they're going to be slightly higher than they are going to be naturally. Let's say before you went on TRT, you had the levels of 400 and 500 nanograms, and you felt good. And TRT is bringing up these numbers to 1,000 nanograms and you're feeling twice as good. But you were feeling good before. That's the thing. You didn't need to be on TRT in the first place. And let's say you go off TRT, you are going to feel exactly as you did before. But the problem is at that point that you're so used to feeling superior by being on TRT that you forget what natural feels like at that point. This is why TRT can also be addicting. Now, if someone is on TRT for 5, 6 years, 10 years, that's the lifestyle that they've adapted. They adapted a new personality. Their confidence is better. And once they go off it, they forgot what that person was feeling like before. So this is very confusing. And like you need to accept the fact that you are not going to be feeling as good when you go off it. Now, some people are actually going to feel better because some people actually don't feel that great on TRT. TRT is not for everyone. I've seen people actually feeling worse on TRT, so they have to go off it. But the fact of the matter is that it does not have to be forever. You can try it. If it's not for you, you want to go off it for certain reasons, maybe health problems, maybe you just don't feel comfortable being on TRT in the first place. You don't want to be comfortable being dependent on something. The body is going to recover. So don't believe that stuff you see online that TRT means you need to be on it for the rest of your life. Because from what I've seen, almost everyone going on TRT were able to recover their blood levels. Let me know in the comments if you had any experiences with that, or if you have any more questions relating to TRT, and I'll try my best to answer them. Till next time.